Just like the rest of 2020, this past few days has been insane. Like, it's been crazy. The United States president came down with COVID-19 in spite of making fun of the other candidate running for president, making fun of him for wearing a mask. The Supreme Court justices said that they were open to, there was a report that said they were open to overturning the gay marriage legislation that was passed a few years ago. And loads of other things that lots of people in this community, in this world, in the US, in this country, are experiencing as traumatic, are experiencing as difficult, and really having a hard time. One of my colleagues, a friend of mine, really close friend of mine named Rebecca Auer, she is an LGBT advocate. She's written books about working with the LGBT community, had a really hard time this weekend with hearing that news about the Supreme Court justices. And I've had clients come to therapy because of what's happened with the pandemic, because of what's happened with the racial and civil unrest, because of what is happening and the rhetoric coming from the leadership and the administration here in the United States. And it makes me think, as solution-focused professionals, how do we help our clients deal with these difficult times? Well, one of the ways I want you to think about this is oftentimes people experience a trauma and a trouble from things they have no control over, like what the President of the United States might say, what his followers might do, what legislation might pass, what legislation might not. So what do? We help people focus on them being the best, most purposeful, most intentional version of themselves that they can be. Like, for example, I have experienced real struggles in 2020 and some of the things that have been happening. So if you ask me what are my best hopes, if you ask me like what outcome do I hope to achieve, you have to help me get to a place where instead of talking about I want these external things to change, that I'm talking about my internal state. Because what I want to achieve is me showing up for the adversity and struggles that are happening in 2020 in a way that I'm proud of. So that's how this has to work, is you invite clients to talk about not necessarily the world changing because they have no control over that, but how you show up in this environment and in this culture. And in some days that means I show up and I do hard things. Like I participate on boards in this field, editorial boards and organizational committees for different events, because I want to make sure that these organizations attend to the needs of a diverse community. And I don't think that that's happened previously. So am I happy and excited about all of the things I do on these boards? No, because it's really hard to be like the one brown person in this space advocating for certain things taking place in these events and stuff like that. But I have to do it because that's associated with my desired outcome for this moment. So it's not necessarily about like, I hope these things change, but it's like, how can I show up in a way that I'm proud of and that pleases me? And that's how you use the solution-focused approach to help people get through these times.